Hello, welcome back to my QuarantineCon 2020 Return to Night of the Zealot playthrough with Mark Harrigan. I'm Pax Cecilia, and I'm going to be playing Return to the Devourer Below to see if Mark Harrigan and I can save the town of Arkham from the cult of Immerhoff. In case you're here somehow without having seen the last scenario, Return to Midnight Masks, I was able to get 3 cultists in my victory display, which is not great, but not that bad either. One more would have been really the sweet spot, because during the setup, one more would have resulted in one less doom being placed on the Arkham Woods. I've randomized the Arkham Woods locations, including the new locations, so we'll see what pops up there. My cultists that got away are set aside. Umurdhoth is set aside as well. And during the setup, when I set aside Umurdhoth, I am supposed to flip over, return to the Devourer Below, and attach it to him. So he gets, or it gets, I guess, the Vault of Earthly Demise. Oh my god, look at that art. Wow, that is cool. Vault of Earthly Demise cannot leave play. He gets plus X health per investigator and gets plus X fight, where X is the number of resources on this card. When he enters play, place 1 resource on this card for each act remaining in the act deck. Ooh, wow. Okay, that's cool. I like that. That solves the whole sticking back and doing dynamite thing that you used to be able to do. Which is what I was going for here, but I mean, it's still good to have this testless damage against someone who's probably going to have at least 7 fight, if not 6. Fuck, if not 8, to be honest. Alright, well, that's fine. Um, that's a little rough because Mark, as we've seen, has not been the greatest at picking up clues. All I really had was the scene of the crimes and interrogates. But let's go back. Let's get back into what I was going to plan to look at before we started, which is my deck upgrades. So what I'm taking out is a guard dog for a beat cop, and then a single scene of the crime and a guts for 2 copies of Dynamite Blast, one of which is going on my Stick to the Plan so that I can have that ready whenever I need it, and the other one is going to be getting shuffled into my deck with everything else. So these guys, thank you, you've served me well. I think that Guts even got me a card draw at some point, but that's all I'll be needing from you. I would have turfed the interrogates, but I figured, if I could get some clues, like there's always a chance you can get to the ritual site early on, and especially with the interrogates, if I like go wander in the woods, reveal a couple clues, and a ghoul spawns on me, suddenly that's like 2 free clues, and I'm already 2/3 the way into this investigating the trail, and all I really need is like flashlight one more location, and I'm, the cultists are spawning, and I'm good to move in, and especially where I've got, well, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be looking at these guys' health totals, but 1 dynamite's gonna be put me in a pretty good location, pretty good spot to walk right past these guys. So, anyways, um, but yeah, the main goal of this is to dynamite blast the hell out of Ermordhoth, and if all else fails, Lita's getting the huck into him. So the last couple games I didn't really do my opening hand on camera, so I'll just do the full opening hand on camera. I'm just going to double check really quickly that all of the setup is done. The main path and 4 locations, it's not 6 copies, it's 10 because it's added 4 more. The ritual site set aside. I did shuffle in one of the encounter sets, which you can tell by hovering this bag. This is supposed to have 4 Agents of Ancient One, so that's good. Without looking at the, yeah, okay. If there are 3 names, place 2 dooms, so there are 3 names. I did add the Elder thing head into the Chaos bag, and that's it. I killed the Ghoul Priest, and it's not past midnight, so we get to just start the scenario off. So let's do our opening hand. I did shuffle this a moment ago. Shell Shock is going to walk out of my hand. Lita, I kind of want to hold on to her for my opening, but at the same time, I kind of want to make sure that she's available to huck into Umurdhoth later on in the scenario, and I don't really want to play her too early. Tetsuo would be nice because he might get killed to encounter effects, and he'll get me an item. But Hallowed Mirror, Flashlight, Tetsuo, that's pretty good. Oh, maybe I should shuffle her away. Yeah, I think I'm going to shuffle Lita away and go like that. That's 3 things. I really do need a weapon. But worst comes to worst, I can just stack some damage on Tetsuo and make that happen. So let's just draw 2 more. That'll be my mulligan. Okay, that's fine. Put that away, shuffle. And I do have 1 trauma from the very first scenario. So let's get right into it. I guess first we'll be an Ever Vigilant to play a Hollowed Mirror for 1. Excuse me. A Flashlight for 1. And I'll place 3 supply on it. And Tetsuo for 2. I have this Vicious Blow in my hand, so I'm kind of okay in terms of not spending the time now. Sorry, the stick to the plan is exhausted when I use that Ever Vigilant. Of not spending the time now to go find a weapon, because he can kind of get it for me. And I got the Vicious Blow so that if I really need to do 2 damage in a single attack, I can. I've also got the Act of Desperation to throw this Flashlight around. So I think we're going to just start moving out right away. So let's head back up here. We're at the main path. It's connected to each of these woods locations. Let's head over here. Arkham Woods, the Wooden Bridge. Forced, after you reveal a Chaos token from the Chaos bag during an evasion attempt at this location, reveal and resolve an additional Chaos token. Forced. Interesting. Okay. And that is connected to the main path. Oops. And what is that other one? The Teardrop. Okay. So I will have to walk back into the main path to get back to where I need to go. Yeah. And I think that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go back, and we can try and finagle around and get some interrogate stuff set up. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that was the investigation phase. No enemies, obviously. Upkeep. Ready my actions. Ready my stuff. Draw a card, gain a resource. Did I even shuffle that? No, I did not shuffle that. Lita anyways. Okay, cool. So Tetsuo can die whenever. That's kind of handy. Not to have to worry about that. Okay, so Mythos phase. We'll head up here. An extra Doom on this. We're already at 3 out of 4. This could very easily advance now because the Ancient Evils is in here, which it isn't. Test 5. For each point you fail by, you must either choose and discard a card from your hand or take 1 damage and 1 horror. So I'm going to take a damage with Sophie to get up on this, and I'm going to hope... actually, no, I can just kill Tetsuo with this and search for things. There's some pretty negative things in here, so this might be like a lot of cards discarded if I get like a 0. So maybe I will take 1 damage with Sophie to draw a card and get 5 against 5 here. A skull is minus number of monsters in play. Well, that's fine. I don't mind taking 1 damage to dodge a lot of discards. That's perfectly okay by me. So back to the investigation phase. I think we're just going to keep mobile. We're definitely just going to stay mobile. So let's move here. First action. When you move out of this location, test 3. If you fail, cancel the effects of the move. That is not good. None of these are connected yet, but that's okay. I think it might be worthwhile. They're both 3 shroud. That's bad. That's really tough to move out of here now. I think it might be worthwhile to use the Soothing Melody to get 2 health back and draw a card. Hypochondria comes into play after you take 1 or more damage. Take a direct horror. I'll need to be getting rid of that next turn. And I think I'm going to use Stick to the Plan to grab 3 resources because I'm going to need to be able to have. I'm going to need to have money to play these Dynamite Blasts when I want them. So that's that turn. Okay, enemy phase. No enemies in play. Upkeep phase. Ready everything. Get my actions back. Draw a card and gain a resource. I've got that Take the Initiative. That's nice. I might be able to move out of this location actually. If I don't get anything that ties me down, that's definitely what I'm going to be doing is a move back to the woods and then discarding this. I'll have 5 against that 3 test. I could take a damage from Sophie to get up to 7, but that's the upkeep phase. We'll go to the Mythos phase and we'll advance the agenda, which... Through the woods, a shrieking cry echoes. From somewhere deeper in the forest, a score of hideous voices answer the call, inhuman as the baying of hounds and yet articulate, repeating a singular name. Umordhoth, Umordhoth, Umordhoth. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards from the top until a monster enemy is discarded. Spawn that enemy at the main path, then place a doom on that enemy. Each enemy gets 1 fight and 1 evade. The chanting builds in intensity, echoing into the cold air of the night. The sparse clouds in the sky coalesce above the Arkham Woods, blotting out the faint light of the stars. So let's shuffle this back in. That was eventful. And discard cards from the top until a monster is discarded. Like to not see that. Don't like to not see that. Like to not see that. Like to not see that. Alright. It's good so far. There we go. Grave Eater. Okay, so Grave Eater is spawned back at the main path. Whoops. Can I, someone talked about this. Can I turn his snap off? Does that let me, like... Oh, that's lovely. I like that. Thank you. I don't remember who said that on the Discord server, but man, that is handy. After he attacks, discard a random card. So I believe he gets a Doom, is what that said. Place a Doom on that enemy. Yeah. Okay, so I need to get back to him and kill him. Which is fine. I can do that. That's easy. That's easy. It's easy stuff. Okay. So that was the Doom advancing, and then I need to draw an encounter card, and the Mythos phase will be over. Frozen in Fear. Ouch. The first time you perform a move, it costs an additional action. Oh no! I'm gonna be stuck out in this this twisting path for the rest of eternity. Okay. I think we still gotta move out of here, as much as that sucks, and kill him in 1 turn. So I mean, I can do that, right? Like I can Vicious Blow him. Burning up a Vicious Blow now kind of sucks, because I want these home front and Vicious Blow for Umordhoth, but I have a feeling I've drawn them this early. Who knows if they're actually going to stick around long enough for me to use them. So, that's the Mythos phase. 2 actions to move. Oh, man. That sucks. Okay. Let's, maybe I can hunker down for a turn. Can I hunker down for a turn? Just get rid of this thing? Because I hate Hypochondria. Hypochondria is just brutal. And this guy's currently a 3/2/3. So, like, I kind of want a gun. Not have to use this. But we'll see. And I might be able to get rid of the Frozen of Fear 4 next turn. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna play it a little safe. I'm gonna get rid of this first. And then I'm going to yeah, let's see, what am I going to do? But I don't have great odds there, do I? I don't have great odds there. I think I'm going to draw a card. Okay, I got the Colt. It's good for these wimpy guys at the start here. Actually, I really like to see this early because it's good for the little guys. So enemy phase. He doesn't have Hunter or anything. He just stands around and discards cards from my hand if he attacks me. The upkeep phase. So ready my actions. Everything's ready here. Oh, at the end of my turn, I was supposed to test this, so I'll take a damage. This would have been during the investigation phase that this would have happened to get 5/3. -4 fails. So upkeep phase. Anyway, sorry, that was the upkeep phase. The upkeep, I didn't draw a card yet, did I? I drew a card last action for the Colt. Ooh, whoops. See, this is what happens when I mess stuff up like that. I'm going to say that I did not take that yet, and if I did, I will feel really bad reviewing the footage. Okay, yeah, so that's that. Mythos phase. 1 Doom out here. I'm at 2 out of 5 Doom right now, because this is supposed to be back in my discard pile. 2 out of 5 Doom, and an Acolyte of Umordhoth is on me. Fused cards in hand. Yeah, well, that's fine. That's just what's going to happen. I think what I'm going to do I think what I'm going to do is play this Colt for 3, which is going to trigger an attack of opportunity on the Acolyte of Umarnoth, both of which are going to go on Tetsuo. And when he takes a damage, sorry, this is the investigation phase. That's my first action. When he takes a damage, I'm going to draw a card. Prepared for the worst. Nice. Not bad to see. He is currently 4 to attack, so if I go in with the Vicious Blow, I'll be at 6 to 4, which is not great odds, and will be my entire turn. So, what I might do instead... Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing the home front attack on him, and move that damage from me to him. Which is, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So, I'll be 5, 9 to his 4 for 2 damage. And what I'm hoping for... Oh, maybe I put the Vicious Blow into and just kill him in the 1 hit. I could let him hit me with Tetsuo. That wouldn't be... yeah, if I let him stay on me for a turn and he killed Tetsuo, I wouldn't be too upset. I don't have any items in here, but I might be able to get another gun out of here to have something else ready for when Umarnoth does inevitably come. And also, just for more enemies, because I think there's a lot of guys. Whoops, I think there's a lot of guys here. I'm doing the fight. 9 to 4. Nah, let's get rid of him. Okay, so that does kill him, and I move. Oh no, wait, no. What am I talking about? I don't need to do that. I'm shooting him with the Colt. Yeah, I already got the +1 damage. Yeah, no, that's silly. That's silly. I'm not doing that. So goodbye. And then that is the end of the investigation phase because that fight took 2 actions. So I'm going to do the same thing where I test 1 up. I'm not going to draw a card. So I'll be 5 to 3. Got it. Enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep, ready my actions. And then draw a card and gain a resource. Okay. At least I can walk out, kind of, if I use to take the initiative now. But that's fine. Okay, so that was the upkeep phase. Mythos phase. Head back up here. Another Doom. I'm at 3 because of him out of 5. And I think... Do I do the On the Hunt? I guess if I do the On the Hunt, then I have to fight whoever shows up on me, if they show up on me. So I want to walk out and kill this guy first. Does this occur when you move out of this location? Test 3. If you fail, cancel the effects. So shortcut will burn up sorry, shortcut will not take an action, but it will still trigger this. So fine. Let's draw the card. Each investigator must discard 1 card at random from his or her hand. Each investigator who has no cards from his or her hand is killed. Heal 1 damage from each enemy in play. Alright, well, we'll flip them, we'll randomize them, and I'll do the one on this side. I'm prepared for the worst, that's fine. I have Tetsuo, and he's going to get me stuff anyways. So, you know what? Just to preserve my actions, go away. I am going to try to shortcut out, and I'm going to use Take the Initiative, which will put me at 5 against this test of 3. I will take a damage to get 7 against this test of 3. I'll draw a card from taking a damage. Beat Cop, that's nice to have as a backup when Tetsuo dies. So 7 to 3 to move out of here. Skull is the number of monster enemies in play, which I believe is just 1. So I will move into here. That shouldn't be an action. I am using shortcut. And the Grave Eater will engage with me. At which point I will... I'm going to shoot him, and I think I'm just going to use a couple of bullets because I am up 5 to his 3. And -2 is like pretty good odds. Yeah, so that kills him. So that Doom goes away and he gets discarded. That's action 1. Action 2, let's move into this next woods. Oh my god, I got like all of them. Those two are connected, so let's draw a connection line between them. There we go. Each enemy at this location cannot take more than 1 damage from each attack performed against it. Wow, that is brutal. I think I need to start getting clues. So it was a fight, a move. I'm just going to burn a flashlight charge. See if I can't get something. -2. Place 1 doom on the nearest enemy. So I was at 2 to 1. So that is not a pass. That's fine. So that was the end of the investigation phase. There's no enemies. Upkeep. Ready everything. Draw a card and gain a resource. I've got both my dynamite blasts. For when the time comes. Go back to the Mythos phase. I'm at 3 out of 5 again, now that enemy is out of play. And let's draw our Mythos phase, our Mythos card. Okay, the Gravekeeper, or the Grave Eater rather, excuse me. Let's see. Cannot take more than 1 damage from each attack performed against it. So I'm going to be punching this guy instead of hitting him with my gun, because there's no sense in not. So let's do just that. I'm up 5 to 3, and I will just start walloping this loser. That is a hit. Try again. 5 to 3. -3. If there's an enemy at your location, take 1 damage. The damage is going to go on Tetsuo. That will draw me a card. For every 2 damage on you, take 1 horror. So I take... I don't know how the ordering of this goes. I place the damage on him. After damage is placed on a card you control, draw 1 card. I have a feeling that I can put the horror on him, but this is after damage is placed on a card you control, not like when damage is placed on a card you control. And I don't know if he's still an eligible candidate for horror to be placed. So I'm going to put the horror on me, and I'll chalk that up as... not knowing any better. Like I said, I have a feeling that I can do this, that I could have done that, but yeah, a feeling's not happy enough for me to try it. So I'm going to be searching the top 9 cards for an item and adding it to my hand. So 9. 9 from the Dynamite Blast. Okay, so 9 over this way. An item, there's a flashlight, there's an enchanted blade. Yeah, let's put that enchanted blade into my hand, which goes right there in front of the Dynamite Blast. And then everything up to that comes out, flips, groups, and gets dropped on top of my deck and reshuffled. So that's 2 of my weaknesses out of the way. That's kind of nice. Last action, I'm just going to keep fighting him. But I'm not sure if maybe I want to toss an icon into this. I think I just go again. Getting up to -3 would be really nice. I don't know if I really need to like search for more enemies. It'd be really nice to get an interrogate so that I can actually grab clues off locations, because right now I'm kind of floundering about with a flashlight that isn't getting anything to 0. I might have to hurt myself for some investigate boosts, but I think I'm going to just take another attack on him without boosting. Yeah, -3. So I do miss him. Alright, that's fine. That's the investigation phase. The enemy phase, he's going to hit me for 2, and I'm going to discard a card at random from my hand. Hopefully it's not Lita. 1 and 1. I believe I draw a card from that after he attacks me, after damage is placed on me, so I believe that happens first. So I'll draw a card to dilute how much is in my hand, so he less chance of hitting Lita. Take it from this side again. The unexpected courage I just drew. What are the chances of that? I swear everything here is randomized. Upkeep a card and a resource, at which point I will have to start getting rid of stuff. I'm going to hold on to the second wind. That seems really good. Let's get rid of that on the hunt, because I don't think that's going to happen. I can pick up this clue at this location. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I might have to do that. Okay. So back up here, 4 out of 5 Doom. Encounter card. The goat spawn. When he's defeated, each investigator at this location takes 1 horror. I am like, this is not great because like, this is a really bad. I wonder if I should have just walked out when it was just me and him. That might have been better. I should have just walked out and killed Tetsuo and shot him out in the woods. That probably would have been a lot smarter. Yeah. But I'm going to be taking a decent amount of damage if I just go now. And that's kind of brutal. So I think I got to kill this one and then like walk out and play Lita maybe and let her tank some damage for me. Kill one, move. I don't know. Play beat cop, I guess. Yeah, that's tricky. Yeah, that's really tricky. So I'm gonna first things first. I would like to get this clue. That was my Mythos phase. Let's see. I need to get out of here, otherwise this guy is just gonna keep hitting me forever. So I think I gotta kill this Crave Eater. And I think I'm gonna toss my flashlight to do it, just because this thing is not gonna be helping me get any testless clues. So I'll be up 7 to his 3, which kills him. That's a -2, and I'll get 2 resources back for doing it. That's action 1. Action 2, I am going to walk out, which is going to deal a damage to me and make me draw a card, or I'm going to choose to draw a card. And action 3, I'm going to play the beat cop, but before that happens, he's going to hit me again. This is going to flip. Yeah, that's that. So I'm a little rough here. Hopefully I draw Treachery and I can play a second wind. There's 2 more Soothing Melodies in the deck to kind of help me get out from underneath this, but worst comes to worst, I'll just die. Yeah, I like the sound of that. So enemy, he's going to deal a damage to the beat cop, and I think I'm going to tap the beat cop just to deal a damage to him so I don't have to like use a vicious blow on him. I think that sounds okay to me. So he's at 2 damage now. The upkeep phase, he readies. My action's ready. I gain a draw and a resource. There's the interrogate, finally, hilariously. Thank you. Is he even a humanoid? Oh, he is a humanoid. Okay, cool. If only I had stayed. I could get some clues, but that's okay. That is okay. So, let's head back up here, and then we're up to the next agenda. In player order, each investigator must test 6 willpower. Each investigator who fails must search the collection for a basic madness weakness and add it to his or her hand. So I'm going to fail that. There's no way I'm not failing that, and I can't even do my thing there, so let's just do that. That's unfortunate. That's 4 to 6. So I need to search the basic weaknesses for a madness. I'm going to use Arkham DB really quickly off screen because I don't remember what weaknesses are madnesses. Forgive me. Let's see. Special. How do I filter these by trait? Madness? Does that work? Yeah. Okay, so I could draw a lot of different things here, but unfortunately, well, it seems like it would be a bit of a cheat to take those unspeakable oaths from. Yeah, I feel like I'd be cheating a bit if I took the unspeakable oaths from Path to Carcosa. But, I mean, it does tell you you get the choice, right? Like, it is what it says. Random. Oh, a random. Oh, no. Not choose. A random one. Okay, so kleptomania. No, kleptomania's out. Amnesia, chronophobia. All right, let's go over to the weaknesses. Place. Oh, this is awful. Search. And I already have hypochondria and psychosis in mine. So, those aren't included. There's the unspeakable oath of cowardice. There's amnesia. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Should have had this set up ahead of time. Drawing the sign, which would be fucking tremendously bad to get. Kleptomania, which is multiplayer only. Unspeakable Oath Bloodlust, which would be like the easiest thing in the world to deal with, and I don't really need to. Chronophobia, which is not great. Paranoia, which is not great, which technically I have 2 copies of, I believe. There's a second Paranoia, there's a second Amnesia, and there's another Chronophobia as well. Where's that? I know there's another Chronophobia. There's supposed to be at least. Am I just blind? Yep. I'm blind. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 10. 2 Amnesia, 2 Chronophobia, 1 Drawing the Sign, 2 Paranoia. That's 7, and then 3 of each of the Unspeakable Oaths. Yeah, okay, cool. So, randomize that, and draw 1 into my hand. Discard all your resources. Oh, that's painful. That is painful. That is really painful. Okay. Vengeance awaits. When this advances, Armored Hoth comes into play. That's fine. Okay. That rolls back to 0. He loses that fight bonus, which is kind of nice. I'll actually be able to kill him this turn. And I draw an encounter card, which is Dissonant Voices. Cannot play assets or events. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to shoot him. I am up 5 to 3, so I'm up 2. I will commit. Can't play events. That's brutal. Dissonant Voices is like super bad with Second Wind. I will commit an icon to it at least, which I think I'm going to put the Survival Knife in because that's not going to be a very useful weapon going forward. So 6 to 3. That gets me past most of the bad tokens. 2 damage with the Colt and he's gone. It's action 1, and I think I need to stand around gaining resources because I'm going to be absolutely frigged if I can't play these Dynamite Blasts when that comes up. So that was my investigation phase. Enemy phase, nothing. Upkeep, I draw a card and gain a resource. This is not useful. This is not... Would have been nice, but it's not now. The Interrogate would have been nice then if I had not moved out, but that's not now. So I do need to get this healing in somehow. At the end of the round, I discard this. My actions come back. And then we'll go to the Mythos phase, which is a new Doom, a new encounter card, place a Doom. But at least my Second Wind can heal me up a bit. So I am going to play my Second Wind for 1, heal 2, which flips Sophie back over and draws me a card. I have a second Interrogate, of course. Of course, now I get that. Thank you. Let's see. What do we do now? So that was the Second Wind. How do we kill Umward Hoth? I have like 7 damage between the Dynamite Blasts and the Beat Cop. And if I go up here and see what he's at 10 health. But he's going to have like plus 3 health. So he's going to be at like 13 health. So I can do like 7 of the 13. But he's going to have like 7 fight. 8 fight. That is going to be fucking impossible. That is insane. Well, I think at this point I'm kind of committed to it. I need to get this Enchanted Blade into play because that's going to give me plus 2 every time I swing. And I'm going to want to have Lita out when he comes so that I can get this plus 1 to hit. But he's not a monster, I don't think, so I won't get the plus 1 to damage. Yeah, he's an ancient one, so I won't get the plus 1 to damage. Would have been nice to have that for all these guys coming out so far, but oh well. I guess that's what I get for thinking that I wanted Tetsuo in my Beat Cop. So I think I'm just going to be standing around gaining some resources to see if I can make this work. So that's that turn. Investigation. Enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep, a card, and a resource. I'll be getting rid of this flashlight. There's 2 Soothing Melodies in here, and I really want to get both of them so that I'm sitting pretty to use Sophie on Umerd Hoth when he comes up. But that's my actions back. Back to the Mythos phase. A new Doom. I've got 3 out of 5. The Corpse Taker. At the end of the Mythos phase, place a Doom on him. So he is going to have a Doom on him in a second. I'm going to turn this snap off so I can put him where I want to. And I think this is where he goes. Yeah, this is where he goes. Because I can actually deal with him a bit. Oh, maybe I put him on the one I haven't seen yet. Maybe I just put him there. At the end of the enemy phase, move him there. If he's already at the main path, move all Doom from him to the current agenda instead. So he's going to get a Doom, and this is going to advance regardless. Whoopsies. He's going to get a Doom, and this is going to advance regardless. So I want to be able to kill him. After you reveal a Chaos token from the Chaos bag during an evasion attempt at this location, reveal and resolve an additional Chaos. Okay, well, it's during evasion attempts, so I'm fine with him doing that there. I need to walk in and kill him, and I need to do 3 damage in 1 hit, which is pretty brutal, but I do have that Vicious Blow. It's just one less tool in my bag for Umerd Hoth when he inevitably shows up. So I think what I have to do, he's at 4 fight, I'm going to have to walk in and commit quite a few of these things to it. So like 2 interrogates and the Vicious Blow. So that is precisely what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk in where he's going to engage me. I want to spend like as little resources dealing with this guy as possible so that I can get up to having enough for dynamite blasts in a minute. So I'm going to... Do I conserve the Colt ammo and use that against Umerd Hoth, or do I kill the Beat Cop off? I think I use the Colt ammo and use the Vicious Blow. So that will be action 2. I'll be at 5, 6 to his 4. 6 to 4, and I'll say 7 to 4, 8 to 4. And hope to God that I don't draw that -5 that's in the bag. Okay, 8 to 4. That's 2 damage on, or 3 damage on him because of the Vicious Blow. And he is, oh, go away, discarded. Just get rid of these really quick. That's 2 actions. Whoops. And then last action, I'm going to gain a resource to try and get this Dynamite Blast shenanigans into play again. Okay, so that is Mark. He's out here again. That was my investigation phase. Enemy phase, nothing. Upkeep phase, draw, and $1 redo, and get my resources back. This is the Mythos phase. 4 out of 5. This is going to be real bad in a turn. Real bad in a turn. Yep. And then an encounter card. Rotting Remains. Test 3. For each point you fail by, take a horror. Well, that's just going to happen, and hopefully I can dump it on this Beat Cop. Hey, cool. +1 for each damage on Mark Harrigan. So, like, plus a lot. So, 6. Alright, fine. I feel a bit weirder about having this Beat Cop around. Lousy layabout, but let us play the Enchanted Blade for 3. And for 2 actions, I will take 2 resources. So that's my investigation phase. No enemy phase because nothing happening. Draw a card and gain a resource during the upkeep phase and regain my actions. Then back to the Mythos phase where Vengeance Awaits advances. When this agenda advances, if the investigators are at Act 1, which unfortunately I am, I did not get any of those interrogates to grab these clues off, and those flashlights weren't doing me enough good. Put the set-aside ritual site into play, which is only connected to the main path, I believe. Yeah. and spawn the set-aside Umord Hoth there. So when he comes into play, he's going to have... Whoopsies. Hey, don't do that. That's not what I wanted you to do. He's going to come into play. I'm going to turn this snap off of him, because that's really frustrating and annoying. Goodbye. And when he enters play, I have to place a resource on him for each remaining act in the act deck. So unfortunately, 1, 2, 3... is how many he has, which is not great. I'll just do that, I guess. I'll just do that. That's fine. So he's getting +3 health, +3 fight, which is bad. 13 health, 8 fight. That's going to be really tough to deal with. And then replace the current act and agenda with the Devourer Below. This card is both the current act and agenda. If he's defeated, resolution 2. Goodbye. It was a nice attempt to get into the ritual site, but alas, didn't even come close. And the cultist didn't come into play either. That was kind of funny. So that is the Doom placement, and then I have an encounter card to draw, which is Mask of Umord Hoth. Attached to the farthest cultist enemy in place one Doom. If there are no cultist enemies, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a cultist enemy, draw it. And attach this to it. Shuffle the encounter deck. Fortunately, I don't think Doom even matters anymore. That's my understanding. So I will just search this for a for one of these disciples, I think. Yeah, I think I'll take one of the disciples, because if I take the Corpse Taker. In fact, I'll take one of them, the disciple from the discard pile, because these guys just, like, don't do anything and sit around with a Doom on them. So I'll put him over here. Farthest empty location, which actually is this, I believe. Or this. Attach this to it and then shuffle the encounter deck. And he's, what, got +2 health and aloof? Yeah, plus health and aloof. Oh, come on. These snapping points are annoying in the center here. I wish those didn't exist. I would love to take those off and just keep these ones as snapping points. Anyways, that was the Mythos phase. So back to my investigator phase. Let's see. At the end of each investigator's turn, ready him. So that's fine. That's not going to matter. He is going to move towards me, so I want to be able to double Dynamite Blast him next turn. And I also really need to not die. So I think what I need to do is get another Soothing Melody out of my deck so that I can take the damage. Or just play Lita and let her tank a decent chunk of it. And this should have 3 charges on it. Yeah. Let's see. How am I going to deal with this? I guess if I could take an attack, like at the point when he's on my location, if I had enough health or insanity, specifically sanity, because I'm not going to if I have to play over this beat cop. If I had enough sanity to tank a hit and play Lita, and then throw her in. That's 2 actions. So I need to have like 2 actions available to do that. And also, like, does that action cause an attack of opportunity because it's not a parlay or anything? I've never paid attention to that before. Anyways, I think I need to dig for a Soothing Melody and use it and gain some resources. So action 1, I'm going to draw. Okay, shortcut. That's kind of handy. Action 2. Whoops. Action 2, I'm going to draw. Ooh, that's unfortunate. And action 3, I'm going to take a resource so that I can play both of these dynamites next turn. The enemy phase occurs, at which point Umord Hoth moves over to the main path. Scary, scary, scary stuff. Time for some dynamite. Thank God we're loaded to the teeth with that. Upkeep, a draw, and a resource. Oh my god, these soothing melodies are nowhere to be found. There are 2 in there, right? I only have 1 here. Oh, god, the bottom 3. Didn't this happen in the first game too, where the soothing melodies were like way, way, way under? Whatever. Alright, let's see. That's that. And we will advance this, which I don't think matters. And draw a Mythos card. Just 5 for each point you fail by. You must either choose and discard cards from hand or take a damage in a horror. Wow. That is not a fun thing to get right now. And I kind of have to just test that even. Fun, fun, fun. If only this were take the initiative. I don't think this is coming into play, so I'm going to commit it just to be up 4 to 5. And we're just going to have to do it for each monster in play. I don't actually think there are any monsters in play, are there? Ancient One, Human Cultist. Yeah, so no monsters in play, so that's 4 to 5, so I have to take 1 damage and 1 horror, which is going to be 1 damage and 1 horror. When I take a damage, I draw a card from Mark. And he's going to get the Kibosh. Goodbye, Beat Cop. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. And then I'm going to get frigged, aren't I? All right, let's see. We'll play a Dynamite Blast for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is going to place 3 damage on Umordhoth by hucking it at my adjacent location. And then I'm going to throw even more dynamite at Umordhoth for another 3 damage to him. So he is currently at 6 out of 13 health. Or I guess I should say he's at 7 out of 13 health because he has 6 damage on him. And then I think the only way I don't die next turn is by playing Lita Chantler and having her tank a decent chunk of the damage and horror coming my way. So that's action. Dynamite, Dynamite, Lita. And unfortunately, I don't think the Soothing Melody is able to get played. So we'll see how this goes. That's my investigation phase. The enemy phase is going to result in Umordhoth moving in and attacking. So he's going to move in and deal 3 and 3, which will be like 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And I think I will not take the card draw from that during the enemy phase, because that will kill me even faster. And then the upkeep phase occurs, which is a resource and a draw. I've got that overpower. That's nice. I might actually be able to hit him with this enchanted blade. That's beautiful. That's actually something I really like to see. If I hit all 3 hits, I think that I kill him, but we'll see what happens in the encounter phase. So Mythos occurs. A Doom keeps going, presumably. Again, I don't really know about that. Relentless Dark Young. Of course. And this is the point where I have to start walloping his ass. So I'm at 6 with Lita. 1, 2 brings me to 8 with Enchanted Blade, so that puts me even. That is brutal. I can get 3 up with Daring, giving him Retaliate. So if I miss this, I'll be eating shit, which is scary to think of. But I think that +3 is as safe as I can go. Because my other attacks are only going to get +2 and +1 or something like that. I can have a +2 attack and a +3 attack again. So the best I can do is 2 +3s and a +2. So let's go for the +3, and if I miss, I am dead. A number of monsters in play, which is 1. So I hit, and it draws a card. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not something I intended for, but that's fine. I can trigger her for +2 to a skill test, but I would also like lose 1. So that's another thing. So that was 2 damage with my Enchanted Blade. My next one is going to be 8 again. 1, base 5, 6, 7, 8, and adding my 3 there and getting a +1 damage on it. So that's 3 up again. Oh no, -5 if there's an ancient one, reveal another token. Oh, if there's a monster at your location, take a damage. Okay, I'll take a damage. And, oh no. That flips Sophie. Yep. Well. That is unfortunate. You know what they say? I have a distinct feeling that the Devourer Below, Umordhoth, is only after Lita. So, I'm going to last action chuck her in. And we'll have to deal with the consequences of that in Resolution 3. In the face of this horror, you don't believe there's anything you can do to stop it. You have but one hope if you are to survive. You turn on Lita and throw her at the terrible monstrosity, watching in dread as its swirling void-like mass consumes her. She cries out in torment as the life is sucked from her body. Umordhoth, Umordhoth, the cultists chant. Lita Chantler vanishes without a trace. For a moment, you fear that the creature will now turn on you, but you hear one of the cultists say, Umordhoth is just a god who claims only the guilty and the dead. Go, and you shall be spared. The swirling mass vanishes, and warmth and light returns to the wood. The cultists slink away, leaving you alive. Lita's last moments are forever etched upon your memory. So, Mark Harrigan has sacrificed Lita Chantler to Umordhoth because unfortunately he's not as good of a shot as he thought he was. The mere sight of Umordhoth has taken a toll on my body and mind, and the memory of sacrificing Lita forever haunts my memory. What? The guilt over sacrificing Lita forever haunts my memory. Each investigator must search the collection for a random madness weakness and add it to his or her deck. So we'll just take another one of these for fun, because it doesn't really matter at this point. But he's now bloodthirsty, which is actually a pretty good, pretty thematic for what happened, eh? I like that. And then we'll get our victory added to the victory display, which is a walloping, massive, overwhelming none at all for hucking Lita in. I've survived, but my actions weigh heavily on my conscience. All right, well, that was pretty fun. Unfortunate how that ended a little bit. You know, I didn't quite get the icons in my hand at the end to do it, and if these soothing melodies had been around a little bit sooner, I could have had Sophie to give me a couple +2 boosts there to get up to that 5, but that's okay. Hopefully throwing her in doesn't trigger an attack of opportunity, because if it does, I'm pretty sure I just died. Because she would have died before I was able to throw her in. But I kind of have a feeling like if something causes a resolution, it doesn't. But maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe throwing her in is like you have to get too close and he fucking wallops you anyways. So yeah, thanks for watching my playthrough of Return of the Night of the Zealot for QuarantineCon 2020. I hope you enjoyed it. And who knows, maybe I might ever record more things. All right, goodbye.